Welcome to Outside in Your Garden, sponsored by the Pleasantville Garden Club. I'm Gigi, and with me is...
I'm Michael. And where are we today, Gigi?
Today we are going to be interviewing a beekeeper, and it's very exciting. And I know two things about bees.
Yes.
First of all, don't get too close.
Don't get too close. That's
right.
always good advice.
Right. And second of all, we can't wear black.
No,
right?
and neither of us are wearing black.
And you know why?
Yes, I do, because they'll think you're a bear.
Right. That's never happened to me before.
No, me neither. Okay, let's meet Michael. Michael, welcome. Michael Barry is a local Westchester backyard beekeeper.
How do you do? Nice to see you.
Michael. You
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thank you for having
And
us.
so today you said that the bees are a little aggressive?
Well, this time of year in the fall, they're getting prepped for winter, which is
Okay.
a big deal because in the winter they kind of hibernate. They live through the winter in sort of a ball around the one queen, and they need to be sure that they have enough honey for the winter,
Right.
and they need to protect from robbers like yellow jackets and other wasps and stuff like that want to get at the honey. Honey is a very desirable thing,
I
Yeah.
think
not
so.
not just to humans.
and
I
all the
s-
bears.
Yes.
And I see you're all ready to go and you're white.
Yes.
And you gave me this great, so let's get going.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
So, Michael, you've got a smoker there, I see. What's that for?
Well, but before I go in and inspect them, I
Yeah.
give them a little touch of smoke, which basically kind of calms them, and in reality, it makes them think that there's some kind of a fire or something like that.
Right.
So they go back into the hive and kind of start eating honey in case they have to leave and stuff like that. This entrance here
Yeah,
is the only place the bees come and go.
right.
I call this like their front porch. And the bees basically come and go. They go out foraging for nectar and pollen.
Right.
And they go up to a mile
Yep.
and come back. So I'm going to give them a little smoke.
Now you're going to take the top off the hive.
Yes. So, you know, this is what's called the outer cover.
Now this is what you would do if you're looking for honey, or do you do this on a regular basis?
This is what's called a hive inspection, and you do
Okay.
it every couple weeks.
Okay.
I
Right.
would do what I'm doing now, and I'm basically be inspecting just to see how they're doing. Each hive, I have 2 hive boxes, and each one has 10 frames. This is a tool to put one frame
Oh,
here,
I see. Put
but
the frame on.
it gets very stuck with a thing that the bees make called propolis.
Propylene.
Propolis, which
Yeah.
is kind of super sticky. And
That's what they construct the.
so here's a frame, and this one here by the edges doesn't have much in it, but they draw it out.
Right.
They draw it out, and I think this is one where they're putting honey, nectar in here. So I'm going to put this one here and go through this.
So how much honey does a hive like this produce?
It can produce a couple gallons.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a lot more bees on that one as you're getting towards
Yes,
the middle,
as we
right?
get closer to the
Yeah,
center. And again, these are all bees that have gone out and gotten nectar, and they bring it in.
Right.
And then the nectar is what turns into honey. It's interesting. What they do is they bring in the nectar, and then they flap their wings to evaporate the water. And when the water level gets down to like 17% or something like that, then it's officially honey. And
Okay.
they cover it over. And that can last forever. In fact, like in mummies from thousands of years ago, they have honey.
Right.
Still, this is interesting because I'm not seeing any capped honey.
And is that not a good sign?
It's not really a great sign.
Yeah.
But I've been feeding them sugar water this time of year, which is kind of what kind of a human does to help.
Yeah. So this is your second box, Mike.
Exactly. This
Yep.
is the lower box, which
Lower
is usually where more of the action is.
Right.
In terms of, but you know, that's why I'm inspecting it.
Yep.
I have no idea. See, this one's completely empty.
Completely empty. Yep.
So let's just see.
Oh, the smoke, isn't it great?
So will they be okay if you don't find a lot of honey?
No, not really.
No.
Right.
They need the honey for the winter. So this is this is capped brood.
Yeah.
All that is where eggs have been covered over.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
And-
no
and-
honey there then.
And
They're eating.
I don't see anywhere any capped honey, so that's really
maybe
good.
not a good sign.
I'm just wondering if I can see any bees being born.
Yeah.
But so this is all good.
But those are all the eggs then, right?
Yeah.
That she's laid.
Yeah. So Michael, at this time of year, there's less for them to feed on.
There is no. That's why
That's why you've
recently
been feeding them.
I've been feeding them sugar water.
Yeah.
Because there is no nectar out and about.
Right. And so you're a little concerned that the hive's going to get through the winter.
Yes.
Will the sugar water be enough for them?
Yes,
Oh, good.
it will.
Okay.
The porch is a bit more active now, isn't it? So did you get any honey out of this hive earlier in the year, Michael?
I did not, because it's a first year hive,
Right.
and you usually don't get. Depends. I don't think honey was so great this year.
No.
But next year, if this hive makes it through the winter,
Yeah.
the big question always to ask beekeepers is, did your hive survive the winter?
Right.
And you knock on wood, you do your best. Now, the hive, I have it raised up, 'cause
Yes.
that helps, as much as humans love honey, the animal kingdom loves it even more.
Yeah.
So you've got skunks and raccoons, which they're not going to do too much here.
No.
Other bees, wasps, yellow jackets, those kind of things, they want it. And last but not least is bears,
Yeah.
because bears have an incredible sense of smell, and they smell it a mile away, and they'll come. So far, knock on wood, no bears around downtown Mount Kisco where I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a mile any direction where it's a little more rural, there have been bears.
Right.
You read about them, bear sightings.
Yes.
And they're pretty harmless, but they go for bird feeders and
No, but they're hungry.
cat food. and they really love honey.
Right,
So
yes.
they'll come to this hive. You could take a picture of it today, and if a bear came tonight, tomorrow it'd be like a bunch of kindling wood on the floor. They
Okay.
completely smash everything up. They don't
Yeah.
care about the bees. They just want that honey.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating what they do. They wreck it. So a lot of people put electric fences,
Okay.
just like you do for cattle or whatever you do on a farm.
Yeah.
You surround it with a solar powered, or if you're near where you can plug it in, an electric fence, and bears come up, touch it, and they
leave it alone.
It discourages them.
Well, I'd like to find out what happens to this hive, and so I'll be in touch. But thank you so much for this. This was very, very exciting. We really appreciate you showing us all that.
And we really got to see the inside of the hive, didn't we, Gigi?
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Thank you so much.
And thank you all for watching off camera here.
Yeah.